Hello and welcome to National Bike Circuit Racing. This is the Season 8 finale. Chase Race 3 of 3, of course. Now, since there is a three-way tie for the championship, they must win the race to win the championship. It was 200 laps when the last 50 were filmed, so here are the highlights from earlier in the race. Of course, the start on lap 1. See subtitles at the bottom. James Gilson got the early pole away, but Hameen was sticking close to him. They later got in a line. When this happened, Hameen goes under him. James Gilson, not sure what happened there. Maybe he hit his pedal, or just kind of got started by the fact that Hameen was down there. Lap 46, they were 3 wide. And they could have fit 2 more on the high side. And then this. 46 went down. The 22 also went down on the other side. There's the third caution, lap 37. They were in a line on the high side. They were trying to hold it till 150. That was when they would start filming with all 4 cameras. Then James Gilson just suddenly takes a right and goes into the grass. Hameen got clipped by the 11, and that's how he went out there. And then the rest of the way was green. So here's lap 150, the final 50 laps, which we filmed with 3 cameras. Glad we only filmed with 3, because if we filmed with the 4th, this would have taken way longer. Now here at this track, since it's big, you want to get behind people and just follow them. Also, here at this track, we see a lot of cutting down, especially coming in. I don't know what I'm saying, but definitely when they're going into the turns, that's when you see a lot of cutting down. I'm just stuttering here. Now, since they must win the race to win the championship, they are going to do anything to win. So we are probably going to see a last lap crash, especially if Hameen is up there and Cameron Gilson is down. The bike just went right down. Now he is not using the bike he usually uses. He is using a bigger bike. Here's a replay with sound. Now on this next one, listen because you can hear the pedal hit the ground. Here's a slow motion view of what happened. See, it goes right down. Unfortunately, the camera was right there. Now I had to let that camera kind of rest after that because I wasn't sure if it was still working. Here's the restart, lap 154. Now here's a cool view we're going to try out. This is taped to the very top of the front of the bikes we have. And it's taped pretty good. So this is how much that thing is moving around. You can definitely see every bump on the track. They kind of spread out there. James Gilson, he never really wants to stay in the line here. He wants to lead every lap he possibly can. I know Tyler Chance really wants him to do that too. Now, when we have long green flag runs, they'll usually get in the line either on the bottom, the middle, or the high side. But with it being 50 laps to go, I'm not sure we're really going to see much of that anymore. Here comes James Gilson to the outside. Hameen sticking close to the bottom. Cameron Gilson staying behind him. Lap 156. Got really close there. James Gilson, he should go to the inside soon if the outside's not working. Here comes Cameron Gilson to the outside, 3 wide there. James Gilson got the lead from that. Here comes Cameron Gilson under Hameen. James Gilson getting a little bit of a pull away. Now when you're on the inside, you get into the corner better. But when you're on the high side or the middle, you get out of the corner better. So it's kind of like, what do you do? Because you'll see Hameen prevail there, then James Gilson prevail. And oh, Cameron Gilson is down right into the pit area. And Hameen is on probation too, so I'm not sure if that violates it. We'll have to wait to hear from Zach Buchanan on that. But he definitely just cut right down on him. There was a hold there. He's coming back onto the track and throws his helmet at the front of Hameen's bike. Wow. Caution lap 158. Here's a replay. See, he just goes right down. Then Cameron Gilson almost hit that first chair there. Those chairs have the drinks and the scissors, all the repair stuff that we need. And the camera that got hit. Then he comes back onto the track and underhands the helmet, trying to knock the front off of the 11. Here's a replay on board. See, the tape broke loose there. That was a hard hit. It would have been harder if he hit the chair. Here's the restart. Sorry, I forgot to do the little subtitles for the next few ones. They'll be back soon enough. Here we go. James Gilson leading him down. Sure, Tyler Chance has a smile on his face right now. Hameen coming down to the bottom. Cameron Gilson letting him know that he's there. Looks like they're in the line. Nope, Hameen's going to the outside. You'll see him come off the corner better. Nope, that time he slowed down and got behind him. He's going to the inside this time. James Gilson really likes to stick in the middle. And you'll see him come off this corner. Just start to pull away from Hameen. Now this track will... Whoa, he goes to the... Cameron Gilson through the middle will take the lead. Just went right through the middle. Now the reason he gets in a lot of the crashes is because he makes daring moves like that, and sometimes they don't work out. Like you just saw. You see, he's riding the bike Cameron Gilson usually drives. His broke. I think this is one of the longer restarts, since we're coming up to the halfway point at lap 175. There's a competition caution. Why'd I say halfway point? Competition caution. Halfway of what we did here. Now, it was on 2 separate days. We did the first 150 that day, and we did the last 150 this day. Not much really happening. Hameen has led a lot of laps, but since it was a 3-way tie, not really a tie, but close enough. Oh, they're pitting now. Hameen going to the outside since he has that last pit. Dang it, I'm stuttering again. Here they go. This is something we will really only see at this track, since this was such a long race. Now, what I was trying to say earlier was this track will be used in the first, I think we do some testing for camera views. Then testing for camera views later this month. Then we have the Gatorade Duel. Then we have race 1. So 2 races here. The first 2 races of the season. Cameron Gilson waiting for James Gilson to catch up. A little too fast there, and James Gilson goes down. Cameron Gilson slowed down too much. James Gilson sped up too much. Here's a replay. You saw it there. He just came up way too fast on him. Wasn't really expecting it. Goes off into the grass, and that grass is covered in leaves. Here's the restart, lap 165 of 200. Here's a cool new camera view we're going to try out next season. Now, Hameen called out of the race. I'm not really sure why he called out of the race. He just said, "I'm done, I'm going," and he left. So, he's out of the championship. It is now down to Gilson versus Gilson. Here goes Cameron to the inside. He's got the lead, but James Gilson will come out onto the high side. Nope, I thought he was. Is he going to make a move to the inside? There he goes. Now also, since we're getting close to the competition caution, so I'm not sure if they're going to try to go the rest of the way, there will be some, I guess you can say, an awards ceremony. Basically, we will have number one rider of the year, so you can vote for that. We have top 5 best camera views. Vote for your top 5 favorite camera views that we have used throughout the season. Don't go and comment now, because there are some cool ones coming up soon. We also have best improved, best rookie. That's between Austin O'Meyer, Tyler O'Meyer, and Damptey and Christina Jones. Christy's her nickname. So you can vote from those 4. Top 3 favorite tracks. Vote for your top 3 favorite tracks that we did. And your top 3 favorite moments of the season. And then your top 5 favorite crashes. Then your favorite race that we did. So you can vote for those in the comments or wherever you want to. Message me them, whatever. Oh, James Gilson's pitting. Now when you pit at this track, you want to stick together. Not just for your sake, but for everyone's sake. Because it's hard to count laps here since this track is so big and so much happens. That's one reason why I didn't really put subtitles here, was because we really did 203 laps when we were supposed to do 200. So I just left them out for a while. 3 extra laps isn't a big deal. James Gilson to the inside. Not sure what lap we're on, but we're getting close to the competition caution. Not much happening this time. Still stuttering like crap. Now that preseason Thunder thing we're going to do. We're going to test some camera views at some tracks. Not only onboard camera views, but camera views like this one where you set them up somewhere. So we're going to test some of those. That's what our preseason Thunder is going to be. Also, what was I going to say? I forgot. Oh, yeah. After this race sometime, maybe after the next Subway Cup Series race, which won't be up for a while, I'm having to redo it at a different track. Daytona is just not working out. I'm sorry. I'm going to fix Daytona, and then I have 2 or 3 laps done at it. I think it's 4. 2 or 3 laps done at it, maybe 4. I'll save those and then start from where I was at later, some other race. So that's how the Subway Cup Series is going. Sorry about this being so boring. But we're definitely coming to the end. How you'll know is you'll see him speed up. Because when you lead at the I need to stop saying halfway point. At the competition caution, you restart first. So you definitely want that. And when we restart, we do it double file. Since we only have 3 people. So the leader gets to choose inside or outside. James Gilson usually chooses the outside. In fact, everybody usually chooses the outside. I think that was it. Yeah, that was it. So we're on lap 175 of 200. James Gilson will restart first. Here we go for the restart, lap 176. He chose the inside this time. There we go. Going into turn 1, he's got it. Now one of George's baseball friends was controlling the camera. Here's one that we were going to do for James Gilson, but it wouldn't fit on his bike. So that's one thing we're going to do for testing. Cameron Gilson pulling away on the outside. One of his friends came over, and I asked him if he wanted to control the camera. He may be racing 2 or 3 races next season, so look for him. I'm not sure if I talked about the sign-ups, but you get to sponsor people next season. Basically, your username will go on the bike, and we may have some trackside sponsors, like sponsors that go on the side of the track. So I'm going to put sign-ups for that. James Gilson still leading. Sure, there's still a big smile on Tyler Chance's face. Now, the next time, I think they're going to pit soon. Because you really want to pit like every 5 laps here. Because it's hot, and this track you're pedaling around the whole thing. It's not like the Oaks or some of our other tracks where you pedal, you stop pedal, and then stop pedaling, and then you start going again. Oh, James Gilson pitted. Cameron Gilson still going around. James Gilson coming out. Hopefully he doesn't go a lap down. Now this year you're going to see me, I hit the brakes a little too hard, and the back of the bike went flying up in the air. Right there. I apologize for that. I should have shown the other view for that. Will James Gilson take the lead? Maybe we'll see him in the background. There he is. Oh, the timing was kind of off there. James Gilson has the lead. Cameron Gilson now second. Not much really happening when there's only 2 people on the track, because it's usually the same passing. Will Cameron Gilson make a move here? We're getting pretty close to the end. I'm not sure what lap, but we're getting pretty close to the end. In fact, I think he's passing him right now. Maybe you'll see him. Oh! He's down! The camera fell off the bike there. Caution lap 183 of 200. That did not sound good. Now here's the look. Sorry about that. That's my converting thing. Now watch this in slow motion here. See, when you crash like this, you want to jump off the bike. Look how high that thing got. Jimmy Johnson 48 Rocks definitely got his advertisement right there. Look how high that was. Now after the front went up, the back went up too. BRN14 fan got one too. Here's a restart, lap 185. I think this is the time when I bring back the subtitles. No, it's not. Okay, here we go. Green flag is out. Once again, yeah, it is. James Gilson getting the lead into turn 1. Turn 2, and that little white thing on his head, it says that was random. We were going to do a helmet view. In fact, that was on there at the last race. But that's one thing we're going to try out during testing. There's a cool camera view. Now that curb, when you hit that, that is not fun. Cameron Gilson pulling away. Oh, I thought he was. It looked like he was. Stuck on the outside now. He's staying behind James Gilson. You don't want to get too close, not only because you'll hit their tire, but they slam on the brakes, you're doomed. It's happened before. Cameron Gilson on the outside again. Lap 187. I don't think we're going to do the 200 lap finale next season. getting really close when you go into that turn. Lap 188. Still the same stuff happening. I'm thinking next time Hameen has to leave, we'll just wait to start it again till he gets back. Yeah, so. Cameron Gilson now has the lead. Hard to commentate for this. Not much to say. I mean, I'm already 20 minutes into it. Cameron Gilson starting to pull away. James Gilson dropping back. I'm not sure if he has a problem. Lap 190. Oh, Cameron Gilson just scraped the pedal again. That is one problem they have been having here. James Gilson scraped his pedal in practice. He also did it in the early laps, as you saw in the highlights. Then Cameron Gilson did it twice. Oh, they're pitting. You gotta make this fast because we're coming down to the end. This could be the final pit stop. Since there's only 2 of them, I don't think we're gonna see a last lap crash. Because usually Hameen's the one to do a stupid thing and cause it. Like you saw earlier. Or maybe they could crash each other. Cameron Gilson pulling out now, trying to catch up. Now, one thing I forgot to mention, it is very windy. We would have done that one view where it was taped onto the front, but it would have fallen over. It is very windy. Cameron Gilson got really close to his back tire there. Not making much moves to go to the lead. But, like Darrell Waltrip always says, when you're in the lead, you're a set and duck. So I guess that makes the 22 a set and duck. Lap 193 of 200. Cameron Gilson really going to the outside in these late laps, but you don't want to go way outside unless everyone else is up there, because then it screws you. As you saw there. Cameron Gilson to the outside. My timing is kind of bad when I cut these. Next season, sorry about my little outburst there. What I'm trying to do, but my computer keeps freezing every time I do it. I have this thing that I use to convert it. It's an editor, and I save it, and then I put it in here. What it has, that's why the 2 camera views are widescreen. What I was going to do was I was going to take the main views. Oh, he fell. Think we might have seen another pedal scrape. I'll continue the story in a little. Caution lap 196 of 200.
Caution.
Yeah, scrape the pedal. So I can take it and put the onboard view in a little square on the corner of the screen. So I'm going to try that. Here's the restart. Green, white, checkered attempt number 1. We just decided to go with that. Here they go. 2 laps to go of the season. Crap, just messed that up. Of the 2012 season. Cameron Gilson going to try and duck in behind him and take the lead on the inside. I think he's going to try for the outside again. When they reach the line, the white flag... When they reach the line, the white flag is out. That means this race is going to end no matter what happens if you fall. If both of them fall, they both got to get back up and go. We'll see here. Here comes Cameron Gilson to the inside. Going through a hole that won't work. He's hitting the curve. He is down. James Gilson slid too. It's a race back to the line, and James Gilson will obviously win it. He is the winner of the race and the champion. That was just a hole that he couldn't fit through. You saw it there. James Gilson won. Here's a replay. I mean, he's going to go through a hole that won't fit. You see there, and then you'll see him go down on this camera view. I wish we had one in turn 3 and 4. So he goes right there. Not sure what happened there with the audio. No, they're trying to get up, but after you fall, you don't just want to get back up and go, because you just fell off your bike. The camera is sideways on the helmet. What an exciting finish. Here's slow motion of this. This is 3 times slowed down. That was not jumping off, that was falling off. And that is why I don't walk straight. See, the camera is on sideways now. I wish it would have stayed straight. You can see James Gilson there. He slid, and then he's trying to get started again. So congrats to James Gilson and Tyler Chance, because James Gilson is the NBCR Season 8 champion. Goodbye.